Hey everybody, it's me, Gregory Mannarino, back for my post-market wrap-up for this really, maybe somewhat lovely day, and we're going to talk about that Thursday, January 25th, 2018. So what made today lovely? I don't even know where to begin. How about this? Let's start off with the markets. Okay. So today, let's talk about the Dow Jones Industrial Average, because that's the focus. Really is the focus today, or every day, from the Confederacy of Dunces, and you know who they are. So let's talk about that. Today, the Dow Jones Industrial Average, right at the open, up nearly 200 points. Then gives it all back, goes into the negative. Then repops right back up. A little while later, almost 200. Gives most of that back. Oh, what's going on here? Then, all of a sudden, towards the end of the day, well, guess what? Back up. I think the Dow Jones Industrial Average finished up about 140 points. And those really nice people who are part of the Confederacy of Dunces, they are ecstatic. Now, let's talk about a few other things. They want you to focus on the Dow Jones Industrial Average every single day. This is 30 companies. They do not want you to consider what may have happened to the broader market. Let's see, maybe like the S&P 500, like 500 companies, which actually finished at the flat line. Nor do they want you to think about the companies in the NASDAQ, over 3,000 of them, which also finished in the negative. Nor do they want you to think about small cap stocks. 2,000 companies, which also the index finished in the negative. No. Let's ignore the thousands of companies and only focus on 30 of them. All right. This is how they keep the sheep brainwashed and the sheep in line. What they did not want to talk about today was the literal off the freaking Richter scale buying of bonds today. I mean, if you were to have a look, and I really hope you do this, right on my website, where you should be watching all my videos, forget YouTube, watch my videos right on my website, and you can follow along with these lovely charts. If you happen to be on my website, just glance over at the bond market chart. Your eyeballs are going to explode. There's no doubt about it. I mean, literally, off the freaking Richter scale with regard to the bond market being propped up. Now, who again would be buying bonds like literally they're going out of style in an environment where the stock market is, hitting new record high again? This is the Federal Reserve, the big banks who are rigging the bond market because they're guaranteeing the debt through the mechanism of credit default swaps. I've spoken about this before. So no investor, no institution that is not involved in rigging the bond market will be buying a bond here in an environment where we're going to see a lot of inflation. Let's talk about that. President Trump. Let's talk about lovely President Trump today. You know his freakish counterpart, Mnuchin, I referred to him as the freak earlier today. Well, over the past 2 days, the freak, Mnuchin there, kept talking down the dollar, talking about his new stable dollar policy. Apparently, President Trump thinks it was misunderstood. People didn't get it right. And President Trump went on to say this. You should sit down for this part. President Trump said that, well, the dollar, I want a strong dollar, and the dollar will get stronger with our stronger economy. Now, right there, let's stop and analyze what he just said. So, every single week since Donald Trump has been president of the United States, every week, the dollar has lost value. So he's also trying to get us to believe that our economy has been taking off like a rocket. So according to his logic, out of his own mouth, well, the dollar should be stronger today, not weaker. You following along with me? How about these small cap stocks? Let's go back to the small caps real quick. The small cap stocks finished deep in the negative. Why would that happen? Well, maybe because the weaker dollar that his freakish counterpart was talking about helps the multinational companies. But how does that help us here who live in America when these small cap companies, most of them are not multinational, they did not benefit from this weaker dollar, so they did not participate in this rally. Well, then neither did the NASDAQ, which is like 3,300 companies. Okay, and the S&P 500 either. These are all multinationals, which is 500. So something's a little bit off here. Don't you think so? I would have to believe you would agree with me. Interestingly enough, when President Trump did open his trap there, the dollar did catch a bid, and for a little bit was above 89 with regard to the Dixie. I have no idea where it finished. But look, here's the deal. President Trump has been talking about how he wants a weaker dollar since the campaign. So now he's going to twist his words around and say, oh, no, don't listen to the freak, Mnuchin. Listen to what I'm saying. But then he sticks his own foot in his mouth. You know, it's almost hard for me to say this anymore, but was a Trump supporter. But this guy, he talks about the swamp. Well, guess what? He's part of the swamp too now. There's no doubt about it. It doesn't matter who sits in the White House. Once they get in there, the agenda changes. You understand? I think you know that. It's disgusting. If he really cared about the American people, would he be allowing his central bank, which he's actually blamed? You remember he kept saying, "Oh, no, the Federal Reserve, they're propping up the bond market so the stocks can go higher, so President Obama at the time can look good." Well, it's happening under him too, only to a greater degree as he's melting down the dollar. Really, that should be getting stronger according to his logic because our economy is doing so well. Wow. That's all I have to say is freaking wow. Okay, so let's keep our eye on all of these. This is just too much. Today's market, let me just say this, was untradeable. I mean, That's what the Dow Jones Industrial Average did, that the gleeful people on the Confederacy of Dunces are having some kind of fit over because it's hit another record high. But let's ignore everything else. Let's ignore all the other markets and focus on the top 30 companies on earth. The rest of them, they don't matter. Let's not get people to look over there. Let's make them focus on this. You understand? It's too much. It's brainwashing to the nth degree, and most people fall right into it. Most people don't get what's going on right under their noses. How the Trump's tax plan, sounded good at first, didn't it? Oh yeah, until he decided to have the freak strip the dollar purchasing power away. Let's all refer to Mnuchin as the freak from now on. So you already know who the Confederacy of Dunces is when I refer to them. Now, whenever I say the freak, you know who I'm talking about. He is a freak. I mean, come on. Seriously. All right, with that said, let's see how all this plays out tomorrow, this bizarre market. And maybe we're going to get another yo-yo day. Maybe they're going to try to buy bonds. Really, just take 2 seconds and have your eyeballs explode for just a moment. Go look at that chart on my website, traderschoice.net. Take a split second. You literally won't believe what you see. It's too much. It really is. Who's buying those bonds? Well, let me see. We already know who it is. No right investor, institution in their right mind would be buying bonds here unless they're trying to rig the system in a market that's going nowhere but higher. And if anyone is buying a bond here, they are guaranteed to lose money. Guaranteed. It's a fact. I'm buying a bond and I'm going to lose money in this rising inflation environment. It's insane. All right, with that said, see you in the morning. Over now.